Breaking news. Major shakeup in the AFC West. The Los Angeles Chargers just got a huge boost, and it could change everything this season. This division has been considered one of the strongest in the NFL for years, but now it's wide open, and the Chargers are in a powerful position to take control. What's really happening in the AFC West, and why are the Chargers suddenly the team to watch? Let's break it down. But before we dive into the latest news, if you're a true Chargers fan, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on Bolt Nation. Let's move on to the breaking story. A new article just dropped on The Athletic, offering a deep preview of the AFC West, and what stood out immediately. The Chargers aren't just in the mix, they're in the driver's seat. When you look at the competition and the moves this team has made, it's clear LA has a real shot at winning the division this year, not just competing, winning it all. We'll break down why the Chargers are positioned to dominate and how they stack up against every other team in the division. So buckle up, because what we're seeing from this Chargers squad could be the start of something special. Let's talk about what's really going on in the AFC West, because the Chiefs, believe it or not, are starting to show cracks. Yes, the early win projections still have Kansas City sitting at the top with 11.5 wins. And honestly, that's no surprise. They've dominated this division for years. But this year feels different. The Chiefs are facing serious problems at one of the most important positions in football, left tackle. Their second-round pick in 2024, Kingsley Suamataia, was expected to lock down the spot. But the reality? He struggled badly. According to PFF, he ranked 136th out of 140 qualifying tackles. That's a disaster when you're trying to protect Patrick Mahomes. Last season, they moved guard Joe Thuney over to left tackle to patch things up. It worked for a while, but when it mattered most, like in the Super Bowl, it was clear he's not a long-term answer. And now, he's gone, reportedly headed to Chicago. So what are they left with? A former 49ers backup, Jalen Moore, and Josh Simmons, a talented rookie from Ohio State who's already dealing with injuries. That's not depth, that's a gamble. And if you're thinking Mahomes will just work his magic again, there's more to the story. His deep ball dominance was deadly when Tyreek Hill was in Kansas City. That connection stretched defenses and changed games. But Hill's been gone. And now, even with Xavier Worthy coming in, let's be real, he's not Tyreek. And he's definitely not built to be the same kind of weapon, especially downfield. The bottom line? The Chiefs have major offensive question marks, and for the first time in a long time, they don't look untouchable. Let's get something straight. It's not just about Tyreek Hill leaving the Chiefs. The real problem? Patrick Mahomes hasn't looked the same. And when you dig deeper, it's not just about receivers or play calling, it's the offensive line. For the last 2 or 3 seasons, Kansas City has failed to protect their quarterback, and it's showing. Mahomes' accuracy, once razor sharp, has dropped. That doesn't just happen by accident. Now look at the Chargers. Justin Herbert is surrounded by an offensive line that's finally built to protect him and let him shine. That's the difference. LA has made sure their franchise QB stays upright. Kansas City? They're still scrambling to figure it out. But they're not the only ones with problems. Let's head to Denver. The Broncos are rolling the dice with Bo Nix, and the early signs? Not great. When it comes to intermediate throws, which are critical for moving the chains in today's NFL, Nix has struggled. Among qualifying quarterbacks, he's near the bottom in both accuracy and efficiency. That's a major red flag. And what about their ground game? Yes, they added J.K. Dobbins, but he spent more time injured than healthy. His best season? Just 12 games. Then there's R.J. Harvey, an exciting talent, but completely unproven at the NFL level. They're hoping for a Kamara Ingram-type duo. But right now, it's just a hope. The truth is, Denver's offense is filled with what-ifs and maybes, and in this division, that's not enough. So while the Chiefs are dealing with declining protection and Denver is betting on question marks, the Chargers are doing something different. They're building stability, and that could be the biggest difference maker in the AFC West. The Denver Broncos had a feel-good season last year. That's true, but let's be honest, some of it came down to luck. Meanwhile, the Chargers? They earned every inch of progress with skill, not fortune. Denver is still climbing. The Chargers are already built to win now. Both teams are sitting at the same projected win total, 9.5 games. But here's the difference. One team looks like it can go higher. The Chargers are deeper, more stable, and more ready to contend. Now, when you zoom out and look at this division, it might have the most stacked group of head coaches in the NFL. Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, even Pete Carroll now in the mix. Every game is a chess match. That means coaching matters more than ever. So how did the Chargers respond? By loading up where it counts, in the trenches. Kansas City still has major questions on the outside of their offensive line. The Chargers had some issues on the interior, but they fixed it fast. They brought in experienced, reliable talent, like former first-round pick Mekhi Becton, who's shown he can hold his own in the NFL. Instead of shuffling things around, they kept their solid tackles in place and strengthened the middle. That's smart football. And when it comes to playmakers, LA didn't stay quiet there either. No one can argue that this team didn't upgrade its wide receiver room. There's more speed, more versatility, more guys who can make plays after the catch. This is what separates real contenders from hopeful rebuilds. While other teams are still plugging holes, the Chargers are stacking weapons and tightening screws. Last season, the Chargers wide receivers, led by Ladd McConkey, quietly got the job done. They may not have made flashy headlines every week, but when it mattered, they delivered. And while people keep asking if this Chargers defense has enough star power, the answer is simple. They proved it last year. So why should anyone doubt them now? Here's the thing about the AFC West. It's easy to get caught up in the history, the high-flying offenses, the iconic quarterbacks, the flashy uniforms. When fans think of this division, they think of points, passing, and playmakers. But that's not the full picture anymore. Today, this division is about defense, and not just decent defense, elite defense. The Chargers have stacked talent on every level of their unit. They've got edge rushers who can wreck a game plan, linebackers who fly to the ball, and a secondary that can hold its ground against any passing attack. And they're not alone. The Chiefs, Broncos, even the Raiders, they're all building through defense now. It's a shift that not everyone's caught on to yet. Now, speaking of the Raiders, yes, they've taken a step forward, no doubt about it. There's more structure, more discipline, and they're moving in the right direction, just like the Chargers did a year ago. But let's be honest, the gap in talent is still there. In a division with 3 potential playoff teams, it's going to take more than just solid coaching and effort. Right now, the Raiders are playing catch-up. If you're stacking these teams based on what we've seen, talent, coaching, and direction, it's clear: 1, Chargers 2, Chiefs 3, Broncos 4, Raiders. And that's good news if you're rooting for the Bolts, because for the first time in a long time, they're not chasing anyone. They're setting the pace. If you're a true NFL fan and want to stay updated with daily news, trade rumors, and all the latest buzz around the league, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and in-depth coverage so you never miss a single update about your favorite teams and players. And here's the most important part: don't forget to press the bell icon. That way, you'll be the first to know whenever we drop a new video. Stay ahead of the game and be part of our growing community of passionate NFL fans. Let's talk football.